You know that 15-mark report writing question on the IGCSE English paper? It's a place where, let's be honest, so many students drop easy marks. But what if I told you there's a simple formula, one you can repeat every single time to lock in those full marks? Well, there is, and in the next few minutes, we're going to break it down completely. Does this sound familiar? You're losing marks on this question, but you're not totally sure why. I mean, you wrote enough, you answered the prompt, so what's the deal? Well, you might just be falling for a couple of really common traps. Okay, here are the 3 big ones. First, your tone is too informal, kind of like you're writing to a friend. Second, you describe the event perfectly, but then you totally forget to give any suggestions. And third, you end up writing a story about what happened, not a factual report. They might seem like small things, but trust me, they have a huge impact on your grade. How huge? We're talking up to 6 marks just for content. 6! That's before the examiner even starts looking at your language. But here's the good news. By the end of this, you'll know exactly how to dodge those traps and grab every single one of those marks for yourself. So, to get the marks, we first have to think like the examiner. What are they actually looking for when they ask you to write a report? It's not some big secret, it's right there in the syllabus. Everything you need to know is right here. The official definition says a report is for a superior, that's key, it gives factual information, and most importantly, it provides suggestions or recommendations. If you can nail these 3 things, you are already halfway to full marks. If you forget everything else, please remember these 2 words: formal, objective. Everything you write has to have a formal tone and an objective style. So what does that mean? No slang, no personal stories about your best friend, and definitely no I think or I feel. You're a reporter, just stating the facts to someone in charge. Okay, so we know what they want. Now let's talk about how to give it to them. Every single time, especially when you're under pressure in the exam hall. The answer is a simple 4-step method that works for any report question. And here it is. 1, analyze. 2, structure. 3, write. And 4, cover. It looks basic, I know, but this little checklist is the exact formula that separates a middle-scoring answer from a top-band response. So let's put it to the test with a real example. Theory is one thing, but seeing this method in action is way better. We're about to look at a real student's answer that scored perfect marks, and I'll show you exactly how they used our 4-step method to do it. And this is what we're aiming for, a perfect 15 out of 15. 6 for content, 9 for language. And I want to be clear, this is totally achievable for you. Let me show you how. Just look at the difference here, right, from the opening line. On the left, the weaker answer starts with, "My name is Manuela, and this is my report." It's just too personal. But look at the one on the right. It gets straight to the point in a formal, objective way. This is step 3, write formally and objectively in action. And hey, don't just take my word for it. This is the examiner's actual comment on that weaker answer. You see that phrase, lacks the objectivity required? That's exactly where the marks are lost. The second you start talking about my best friend, you've stepped out of the report format. Now let's zoom in on step 2, structure. See how the top-scoring student uses simple words like first and lastly? These are called signposts. They create a super clear, logical path for the examiner to follow. It makes your answer easy to read and shows that you've planned it out. And this isn't just about looking neat. Cambridge's own guidance says this provides cohesion and logical flow. Those are gold star words for an examiner. Using them is a direct way to tick the boxes for both content and language marks. Okay, and now for the last crucial part, step 4, the one so many students forget. Cover all points. The question always asks for 2 things: describe what happened and give suggestions. Notice how this student saves a whole paragraph just for practical, helpful suggestions. The examiner's report could not be clearer on this. If you only describe the event and you don't offer any suggestions for improvement, you are basically locking yourself out of the top marks. You have to do both parts of the question, period. Right, we've gone through the theory and we've seen it work in a perfect score example. Now let's put it all together into one simple checklist you can use every single time you see this question on an exam paper. This is it, your 4-step game plan. Number 1, read the question to figure out who you're writing for. Number 2, structure it clearly. Number 3, keep that tone formal and objective. And number 4, the big one, answer all parts of the question, especially the suggestions. Do these 4 things and you're building a full mark answer. So what's the big takeaway here? That this report question isn't something you need to be afraid of.
It's just a formula. And once you know the rules, all those common traps just turn into easy opportunities for you to pick up marks.
So, the best way to make this stick is to actually do it. Go find a past paper question right now and try applying this 4-step checklist. I promise you'll see the difference. You have the tools now. You've absolutely got this.